when you hear that. Better run when you hear that. I said, run when you hear that. Better run when you hear that. I said, run when you hear that. I said, better run. I said, run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Better run. I said, run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that. Run when you hear that.
All the crazy shit I did, those would be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best thing for me. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
Third place, Corey Snyder. Second place, Christian Daly. And your champion, Jay Edward.
Good evening, everybody. Bruce Foster here. Welcome to Chewing the Fat. Helps if I bring my mic over. Yeah, welcome everyone. Hope everybody's had a good week. That there was obviously the first round of the P1 Aqua X over in New Orleans, and the Farthing Racing team did pretty well out of it. And although the riders are not leading after the first event, there are a few of them very well placed. Tory Snyder's one of them, Devon Farthing, and New Zealand's very own Noah Skips, who actually won the third moto and put himself in a really good position. Had a bit of misfortune in the first moto. Second one, he kind of picked himself up a little bit. I believe Mandy's watching, his mum, so she would probably make some comments, or Dave might be able to fill us in once I get Dave Vennell on as well. But I believe he is the first New Zealand rider to win a pro event in the US or P1 Aqua X. I'm not entirely sure of it, but he's one of the first ones anyway, so congratulations, Noah, mate. It's only up from here, so let's see how you get on in the next few rounds. And yeah, great to see. Fantastic result for yourself, Noah, and for the team itself. Okay, now let's get Dave on. He's probably chaffing at the bit a little bit here. Let me just get, I've got too many windows open here. I need to tidy things up a little bit, and let's just get over to the room, the chat room, and let's give him a buzz and see if this window opens up. It does. Fantastic. And good morning, Adrian. Good morning, good afternoon or evening, Angelique. Mandy, Chris. Good evening, all. Daz. Good evening, mate.
What do you want?
How you doing, mate?
Good, man. Yourself?
I'm not bad. Let's make you a little bit bigger here. Let's just like get you scaled up a wee bit. It's been a while since you've been on.
It is, eh?
Yep. What have you been up to?
Working hard and accumulating lots of demerit points on my driver's license.
Does that affect you when it comes to getting on your jet ski?
No, it doesn't affect you riding the jet ski. It just affects you getting to and from the jet ski racing.
No, right, okay. Because I believe in Queensland it does affect us.
Yeah, but you guys are different over there anyway.
That's the Queenslanders for you. That's the Aussies for you, mate. That's the Aussies
I
for
mean,
you.
look at your state of origin team.
Ooh, what are you trying to say, mate? What are you trying to say? um, you heard from Mandy or you heard from Noah? Any word
No,
for him?
just the same post that everybody else has been saying. The kid's done, he's done awesome.
He's
It was a
done.
great spill he had in the first moto.
Yep, I read about it.
Pretty average in the second, wire to wire in the flag to flag in the third one. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's got to be. He's got to be full of confidence after that third moto. Hopefully, he carries into the round 2, and goes on from there.
Yeah, I was looking at the schedule this afternoon, just thinking about tonight, and there's quite a geographical spread over there, sort of going from New Orleans and then Florida and then up to the Great Lakes and then back to a couple of rounds in Florida.
Yeah, I think they finish off the last 2 rounds in Florida. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a trek. Is he? I haven't looked at the schedule lately. When's his next comp? When's his next P1 Aqua?
See, I've got the answer to that. July 11th to 13th.
So I'm assuming he's staying out there, is he? Is he out there for the duration or is he coming back?
I don't know. I presume he'd stay there because it's July 11th, 13th. Mandy will be able to tell us. Then it's August 8th and 10th, 22nd, 24th, and then September 5th and 7th.
It's coming fast then. Yeah, he's bound to stay out there. Mandy, you're online at the moment. Are you home at the moment? Are you back in New Zealand? Are you still out there? And is he staying out there for the duration or just for the first couple of rounds? Now, Mandy says, yep. Adrian says it's in 2 weeks' time. So I would imagine he's staying out there for the duration. Now, good on him. That's a hell of an adventure.
Yeah. You know he'd be lost without his mum.
Hey, listen, when she come off the plane and Mandy posted that video of him greeting her at the airport, he even had her bag looked out for her. So, Mandy, you must be doing something right if he can't function without you. Anyway, how's things in New Zealand?
Good. A lot better than they are in New South Wales at the moment, by the look of it.
Yeah, no, we've got it down here. Like down here, I say up here. I mean, I don't know about anybody else in Queensland, or especially southeast Queensland. Dave, sorry, but it is cold here. I make no apologies for that. I'm feeling a bit chilled at the moment. It's a little bit nippy, but probably not as nippy as it is in New Zealand.
No, we were down to, I'm in Wairoa. I'm in the boonies working, and we were, I don't know, 1 or 2 degrees the other morning.
Just a normal day then. Just a normal day for you.
Yeah, whatever. I tell you, you might crow about your weather, but it's still bloody cold up in those dams in the middle of winter, early in the morning. It warms up nicely, but...
Actually, to be honest, Sunday past at Atkinson's Dam was not too bad. I would actually have said it was a little bit warmer than it was the second round. Second round to me, although the sun was out, there was a bit of a breeze and it was a bit chilly. There was no sun out on Sunday. No, very, very minimal breeze. It wasn't as cold. It was a little bit cold first thing, but after that it seemed to get quite mellow. But now that we're getting all the wind from New South Wales and that's hitting them pretty bad, we're getting some of that, and it's a bit chilly here now. Had that been the weather on Sunday, I hate to think what that event would have looked like.
So what's a bit chilly for you? 12 degrees?
Well, here's a funny story for you. I was speaking to my mum the other night, and she said it's 24 degrees back in Scotland, like heatwave stuff, as far as they're concerned. Tops off, as we call it in Scotland, or taps off. But she said to me, what's the temperature with you guys? And I said, we're about 20, 22. I said, but it's still cold. And she was like, what? I said, it still gets cold here, Mum. I said, the wind's a bit chilly. And she just kind of burst out laughing. It's just like that. You've gone soft since you moved out there.
Yeah, you must have. You must have.
What can I say? It is cold. I think any Queenslander would tell you just now it's a bit cold. And there are some that are tuning in. They're probably thinking I'm being a bit of a windbag as well, but hey ho.
Yeah.
So what's
They'll
happening
probably
on the
tell you-
race scene? What's happening on the race
On the
scene?
race scene, we got heaps coming up actually.
I've seen that.
We've got the Winter Series set.
Yep.
We got 3 awesome venues. What have we got? We got July 27th at Karapiro, August the 31st in Tauranga, September 28th in Taupo, Stump Bay. Awesome sponsor, Portable X-Ray, one of our racers, putting his money up.
Yep.
And a whole lot of prize money. We've got a couple of big grunty prizes for the end of series, that one of 1,000 and one of 500.
Nice.
Maybe more to come. So basically everybody that races, that enters every race, starts every round, and so that's basically 9 races. Everyone that does that goes in the draw for the money. You don't have to come first,
Yep.
don't have to come second, don't have to come third. You just got to be there.
Right.
Be there.
But then obviously it's the overall winner from all 9 races, yeah?
There will be an overall winner, but the prize money is going to a random draw. All the people that have competed in all 9.
Right, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I thought it was for
They'll-
the first rider home with the highest
Nah.
points after 9 races. So that's a
No, it
separate.
won't be-
So that's a separate thing.
Yeah, that's totally separate. It's all about, there's jet ski racing is a pretty small pool here and in Australia, and it's always there's a pool of people that win all the time, that win regularly, apart from mechanical breakdowns. This is a way of Ian from Portable X-Ray. It was his way of spreading the love and giving the incentive. It doesn't matter whether you come last in every single race. You've got as much opportunity of winning
Yep.
some decent cash money, going home with folding money in your pocket.
Yep.
Not vouchers or not product or anything. This is real money.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter what you're riding, doesn't matter how well you ride, you're still in the draw.
Still got a chance. That's a great incentive. I love that idea now. Like I had it in my head that there was the money was for the first person home with the highest points, and then the second person got the 5. I didn't realise that was the random draw. It was probably written somewhere, and knowing me, I've obviously missed that. But that's a fantastic incentive to get people racing.
Yeah, well, we'll have good trophies, and I'm sure that by the time the season wraps up, we'll have some prize money for the regular first, second, and third, maybe down to 4th and 5th even.
Yep.
But yeah, no, this money is an incentive for people to come and ride. It helps defray some of the expenses. We got a chance of getting, some of their travel money back, some of their accommodation money.
Yep. Definitely a worthwhile thing. I love it. I love it. Now it's saying here that you're actually watching this this channel, this show. Your name keeps popping up saying that you're watching. Have you got it on somewhere, or is someone else watching it? Is that Jamie that's watching it?
I got my phone sitting down in front of me so I can see the comments. Otherwise,
Well, I'm waiting on Jamie. I'm waiting on your daughter saying something. So, or somebody randomly, like Sean or something like that, or Richie or somebody. They normally.
Well, Jamie has commented.
Yeah, it was 1 degree here this morning. That's cold.
No, she's just going to chime in if you don't shut up.
Does she even understand me?
Well, no, we all struggle with that.
Thanks, mate. That's why I've got the subtitles. That's why I've got the
No, mate. You want to lose the subtitles. The subtitles do you an injustice. Some of the random stuff that comes up on the bottom of that screen is
it doesn't match what I'm saying.
No.
No, I've noticed that a couple of times when I watch it back.
It's quite interesting. So anyway, going back to the racing.
Yep.
There's another in amongst our races. Wellington Club have got a couple of enduros. They've got their round 1 starts on the July the 12th, and they have another one they have one the day before our round 2. It's sort of 5 hours drive away, but the keen ones will make both.
Yep.
Because you can drive overnight and then come and race again the next day. And then there's big moves over here at the moment. With the change of the guard with Jet Ski Racing New Zealand last year, and then now this year, NZJSBA has had a changing of the guard. And finally, we're sitting in the same room. We're talking to each other. and in the throes of organising a tri-series
Nice one.
for December and February and March next year.
Yep.
So there'll be 3 2-day events that between all the different clubs and the different associations. Hopefully everybody will support each round. There's a few other things being thrown in the mix, like South Island champs, North Island champs, and then it'll culminate with the NZJSBA Nationals for round 3.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have our Grand Prix and Nationals a week, 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks later. We don't know. We're still working through the numbers, but there's moves in New Zealand to people are talking to each other again.
That's a great thing.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's taken a while, but hey, we're not in bed together, but we're talking.
We're talking. That's the main thing. And
yeah, we're talking and trying to organise a tri-series. So it's got to be good for the races here and just for the sport in general.
Yep. Definitely.
And I see AJSBA finally had an AGM a couple of nights ago. I was too busy to join in on the link, but hopefully maybe they might be in a similar position where they can start talking to OzWCR and QPWC and Australia can collectively work together as well. And
I believe there's been some communication between AJSBA and QPWC, I believe at some point today, I think it was, or maybe last night, but I'm not entirely sure what that conversation was. But I do believe there has been some kind of conversation. So who knows? Maybe watch this space.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not just you have to join us.
Yeah. Well. I know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I mean, it's baby steps. Everybody's got to learn to work together again. I mean,
Listen,
all our
At the end
races.
of the day, man, for everyone to, it's got to be something that's beneficial for all parties involved. If it's one-sided or perceived as one-sided, it's never going to work.
No.
So it's got to be something that fits everybody. Difficult to make that function properly, but it's like I say, from Australia's point of view, there hasn't been a lot happening nationally. New South Wales are kind of struggling. Victoria, they kind of struggle a little bit. They get the odd vent here and there. New South Wales have just had a total lack of numbers and people interested in helping out. I guess we're pretty fortunate up here that we've got a bunch of people that want to see something happen, and we're willing to help out and make things happen. So, and I don't just talk about that from the QPWC's point of view, but even the other club, the Oz WRC, they seem to have something going as well, which is popular. So yeah, Queensland's in a fortunate position that we've got some things going on at the moment, but we're the only ones.
Yeah, and I mean, Tim's very lucky that he's got some pretty deep roots in the sport too, I believe, and there's a lot of support from New Zealand for the Oz Watercraft Nationals.
Yep.
So it's good racing and it's good for everybody.
It certainly is. That Nationals event down at the Gold Coast, an absolute cracking event.
Yeah.
It's a really staged, really venue location's perfect with the sunset, with the backdrop of the Surfers Paradise and nice tight course, and got good crowds as well, and it's well supported by surrounding businesses and stuff as well. So, that's good to see.
Yeah, it was good to see if some New South Wales riders came up.
Yeah, Seb was there, and I think there was a couple more. I'm not entirely sure who they were, but I know that Seb was obviously there.
Yeah.
Taylor,
at the end of the day, the guys...
Taylor Porter was there as well on the stand-ups, but then she's living up here now, so she'll be at more events. She's been at a couple of the QPWC events as well as their own.
Yeah. Taylor's the mainstay of Oz Watercraft. They'd be lost without her.
So believe. Well, she does all the social media stuff for them.
Yeah, I know. She puts you to shame.
Hey, come on, that's not. I'm wearing two hats. I'm trying to do my own stuff and the QPWC.
Yeah, no, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job.
I'm only trying to help get more awareness. Probably overkill, but it's the only way. It's helped get new beginners in. So we've been, it's got a bunch of new beginners that have came in lately. That that on this series. So that's been great to see. And Jamie says he's getting phone calls about it, and people are either going away to commit or they're just holding off or whatever. But I said that to Jamie. I said, at the end of the day, I says, we're probably going to have to take a bit of a step backwards before we can really start making some strides forward. And I think that's with anybody. Anybody's going to be the same. Like our strongest classes have been the beginners, which has been really good for us. So we'll see how it all pans out.
Are you getting beginners riding little skis or beginners rocking up with 325s?
Well, it's still a bit of a bone of contention. We do have some people that are rolling up in the 1800, GP 1800s, and we've got 325s and stuff like that. Like one of the lads that's raced, he's raced on I think it was a GTI 230 in round 1, and then he bought Bailey's old ski for round 2 and 3 in the beginners, believe it or not. It's an you know what that machine's like. That's an absolute rocket machine. Hey, listen, I'm not hiding the fact it did cause a few ripples with some people, but he's at the end of the day, anybody could have bought that ski and used it. It's because it's not, beginner's class was not classified as far as engine restrictions. Should it be? Possibly, but then that's going to limit the number of people that would take up the sport. The upshot of it is, at the weekend there, that particular lad also got put into the open class just because there was only about 3 riders, I think it was, in the open class, and after consultation with those particular riders in that class, they were happy for him to step up and come into that group. They thought it was beneficial for him to get more practice and learn how to handle the ski, But you could see it sometimes. It would kind of get the better of him a little bit, where he just overdid it a little bit. But he's he's a good talent. He's a cracking talent. He's now got the ski for it. He's just got to master the ski. If he masters that ski, he's going to be a real threat in the open class.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bone of contention when you get beginners coming along and that have never raced before, side by side with other people, and they've got the fastest rocket ship around. It because it almost becomes a safety issue, and I don't know. It's one of my pet things that we've never really been able to change it though, because as you say, you get somebody who rocks up on a ski, and that you don't want to tell them they can't race because the ski's too powerful. All you can do is try and educate them, massage them. But I mean, it's the only form of motorsport where you can rock up with the biggest and best of anything and compete. Any other form of motorsport, you start somewhere near the bottom and you work your way up to the top. There are a few people that admit that it should be classified, and there should be tighter regulation around the size of ski that should be used in particular, especially in beginners. But the problem you have is we don't exactly have a mass rush to the door to come and race, so how do you manage that? How do you best manage that flow of people that are coming in when you've only got a few people coming in? Like most of the ones that we had in the beginners class, they're all on 300s, 310s, 325s, or the GP 1800. That was pretty much all what they were all racing. I think there was only one lad, I think it was on a naturally aspirated. That was it. And the rest of them were all like higher powered skis. So is it ideal? Nah, probably not. To be honest, it was actually pretty competitive. A lot of the racing. We never had any mishaps or near misses, thankfully. But I think a lot of the riders in that class were quite well aware spatially of what was going on around them. So they were making a lot of steps themselves they weren't forcing the issue. They weren't going for something that wasn't there. So they were quite aware of the potential.
Now, whether Jamie had a word with them all beforehand, I'm not entirely sure. He may well have. But it was competitive. It was good. It was good to watch, especially with that number of beginners in the race. But like the women's class has been pretty good as well. Brett Douglas has been racing again. It's been great to see him back out on the ski. He's been the one to beat. Ben Mountford, Dan Colbert, they're all back racing, in the racing as well. They've had some good ding-dongs as well. So, yeah, it's been some competitive stuff. The stand-ups have been pretty good as well. So that's been really, really nice to see.
I hear Dan's on about his 4th ski or something.
I don't know. He seemed out of sorts at the weekend. I don't know what was going on with him. Like in round 2, it got really, really competitive between him and Ben. But for some reason, he was just well off the pace of Ben. Now, whether Ben had stepped up a gear or what, I'm not entirely sure. But I got the impression sometimes Dan was just kind of going through the motions. He was just out for a little leisurely cruise around the water. But that's what it is, At the end of the day, they're all still racing. Doesn't matter what the result is for them. They're quite happy to just go out there and compete and let the results take care of themselves. So it's been pretty good. Been a good winter series for the club.
Yeah. But as long as they're still racing and at the end of the day they're still talking to each other, that's the main thing.
Yeah. Now, you guys are having international tracks this year for your Enduro series.
Yeah, Mandy has been instrumental in that. With Noah doing the P1, there's Mandy's getting on quite well with the people that run P1 over there, and she's coming along in leaps and bounds as a race director. And it was an opportunity. She found an opportunity to introduce the American tracks from the P1 tracks for our 3-round winter series. I mean, it's a track is a track is a track.
Yep.
It's good that we're sitting there and people can compare. Basically, we're reproducing the tracks that they're racing on the season. So we're picking slightly adjusting them to fit the depth of water that we have available in a couple of our venues.
Yep.
We got one that's pretty tidal that we've had to we've had to tweak it slightly.
Yep.
We went to race in Stump Bay last year and we ended up with the start line 75 metres off the shore because the lake was a bit empty.
Oh, really? Wow.
And we were still only in thigh deep water.
Bloody
We just
hell.
couldn't have the racing any closer because it was dangerous.
Yep.
Hopefully there'll be more water in the lake for round 3 this year.
Yep.
But yes, so using those 3 international tracks is pretty cool.
Now, I'm a bit oblivious to how do they vary? How do they vary to what you've been traditionally running before?
They don't vary a lot, Bruce. It's just the fact that we're replicating an American
Format.
a real high-class track. We're just basically picking up, putting it in our venue. Some people would say it's not quite as complicated as ours. They're bigger.
Okay.
Certainly a bigger track that suits a 30-minute enduro, which is what the race is, 30 minutes plus a lap.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool diversion to be able to say instead of me sitting down designing something, or Richie or John Wright, who's done the tracks for years here, we're just picking someone else's track up, putting it on the water, and going, this is what you're racing around.
I think the riders themselves, the racers themselves, like something different as well, because I would imagine it would get a bit mundane racing the same tracks all the time. And although you do get familiar with them, or at least the premise of the courses that you kind of race on a more consistent basis, the fact that you're suddenly getting something a little bit different, it kind of reinvigorates you a little bit, probably switches you on a little bit more as well because you're having to concentrate on it.
Yeah, we over the last 7 years, Jetski Racing New Zealand every track that we've done has been different, but we don't have the same track because we don't have the same venue.
Yep.
Christchurch have a lake that they have a permanent course set up on, doesn't change.
Right.
You go to race in Christchurch and those guys could do that races in their sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly the
It's
same.
there for them to practice on and race on, and
Yeah, and it'd be the same as the guys that from Oz Watercraft, in that little lake that they've got,
Yeah,
Marshall's
up in
Lake.
Marshalls, yep. Yeah,
But
that's true.
once they've practiced that, those guys would be dialed, and it would be so hard to go there and kick their ass. It
Compete
wouldn't be
against
funny.
them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And even Jamie's tracks up at the dams, there's a similarity to them from when I was racing over there last year. You know, they're not too dissimilar. So you get a little bit used to it. And his enduro tracks are just massive. That's just
Sundays was quite big. I've got to admit, it was a big one.
oh mate, they're huge. It just
That one was huge. Like where we had the Joker put in on this closed circuit track, it got that particular Joker got taken way up the dam, and I thought to myself, where are we stopping? And it eventually got dropped in, and like I kid you not, the backside run from that particular boy down to the first right-hander, well, sort of left and then right, was a good stretch, because I threw the drone up and I was thinking, Jesus, that's a big one. But the guys loved it. All the riders seemed to enjoy it and had a good laugh, good fun on it. So, is what it is. You got to race what's put in front of you.
We had a massive track last year that we set up at Tauranga, which is our second round this year, and it was too big. There was guys that actually ran out of fuel.
Oh, really?
The skis wouldn't.
We had guys that were going away to do the enduro. They weren't even sure if they were going to finish it because they'd obviously raced in the circuit races earlier, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to do 30 minutes plus a lap," and Jamie was like, "Well, that's what the Cam Martin event's going to be," and they were kind of like, "Well, I don't know if we're going to have enough fuel," and there was about 3 of them that said that, and it was basically a case of, well, we'll just have, you're just going to have to race and see.
Yeah, well, last year at Tauranga we had 3 rounds, and I remember sending a ute load of 20-litre cans away after the second round because everyone was running out of gas.
Yeah.
Like the skis were chewing a tank per race, and you add that up, that's a lot of gas and a lot of dollars, and because it was just get on the skis, start, and just leave the throttle pin basically.
Yeah, if you see Sean's comment there, he says, "Thanks for the fuel shout out, Dave."
Yeah, because Sean decided he'd do one extra look lap, and he ran out of gas.
Oh dear. Now, while we're on the subject of racing in Queen, are you making any plans to come over?
Mate, I made lots of plans to come over, but there's someone in immigration department that doesn't like me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
What have you
I'm
done?
still trying to work my way through. They've actually decided that I'm that old that I might not want to come home again. I don't know how that works, but
Stay in Queensland, stay in Australia.
yeah, I mean, I can't imagine anything worse being old and being in Queensland. It'd be like joining.
I don't know how to take that, Dave. I'm not sure how to take that one, right?
You can take it any way you like. Yeah. You put it this way, I'm trying. I'm not going to make the Cameron Martin, and I'm certainly not going to make the state champs this year because that's the weekend, as you know, that's the weekend that Therapsky rides on.
That's right.
I haven't seen you on my Give a Little page yet.
I actually did donate to Greg's main page, but I will drop some into yours as well. While you're on, you may as well plug it. So go ahead and chat about it, mate.
It's an awesome event.
I love it. I love the premise of it.
It's just basically we're going to go out there and we're going to do 8 hours riding and raise as much money as we can for Greg to come up. Well, collectively, I think all the riders are going to come up with something that the money will go somewhere to do directly with men's mental health.
Yep.
Now, even here, I'm in Wairau at the moment working on a subdivision, and a few weeks ago there's a thing here called Mates in Construction that deals with males' mental health issues because I haven't seen a female on a construction site down here yet.
Yep.
But a few weeks ago there was a young fella came to work one morning and he didn't come back the next day.
Oh dear.
And it's sad that happens, and it's anything that we can do to raise awareness for that. And even there's been times when I've had injuries over the last 3, 4, 5 years. not to that extent, but you get to some pretty dark places sometimes, and
I know.
and you know, I've got Dana that gets me out of my dark spots, and
How does she do it? Just give you a wee
no,
bark
mate,
and say, "Come on, go for a walk."
now she just got to be there. Like, even it's incredible. Like on a construction site, I get out of the ute in the morning, and people don't want to see me. It's where's Dana?
See the dog.
And she runs around and she goes and sees everybody on site. But anyway, but that's so. Greg set up this thing. It's something that we love jet skiing. It's a good cause.
Yeah.
Jetski Racing New Zealand's got behind it. We're providing the buoys and the trailer, and Sean's wife Marie's going to be the medic for the thing. Sean's marshalling. Ian from Portable X-Ray, he's coming down to marshal. There's a whole, the jet ski community is getting behind it, and it's something. It's a worthwhile cause. It's not a race.
No.
It's 8 hours on the water. I'm sure there's going to be some little mini races that'll go on during the day. People will think, oh, I've only got a quarter of a tank left. I'm going to kick his ass for 5 minutes and go gas up. But
Yeah.
it's just going to be a fun day.
And that's what it's all about. And if it's raising a ton of money for a worthwhile cause, then it's got to be good. It's got to be good.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed I can't make it myself. And like, I never crossed my mind that it was the same weekend as the state titles. Until I realised about 3 weeks after I said to Greg, yeah, I'll be there. And then I realised, oh shit, hang on a minute, it's the same weekend as state titles. But
We're going to have to change your name to Maybe, eh?
well, I was going to come over for one of your rounds as well, and that was a maybe. How did I come in that one? Oh, I ended up not well. I think I ended up not well that weekend.
No, you were only 3 days back from
That's right.
seeing
I was
the
only
cup or something.
that's right. I was only just back from Japan, and there was no way I could justify it. My wife, I was on the way to disappear in New Zealand for the weekend.
That's right. It'll be interesting to see what excuse you come up with next time.
I'm not saying it because I'll get bleeped and I'll get shut down. So
That's right. I got the point.
So, do you have any provisional dates on when potentially a summer series might start? What would be the first?
No,
one
we're still in discussions around that because of this tri-series. That was a fairly late into the mix, so we're trying not to step on people's toes, and in the interest of working together, not just in the tri-series, looking at the bigger picture, we may run a one-day event early in November. Normally we start with a one-day event at the end of November, beginning of December, and that's sort of a little bit just before Christmas, and then rock into things later in February. But because we're potentially doing a 2-day event at the end of November, beginning of December as the first round of the tri-series, we may have just a one-day Jet Ski Racing New Zealand event beginning in November, or early in November, just to get people on their skis and limber up a little bit before 2 days of racing. But as a club, we haven't decided yet. Over the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be throwing some dates around. We're trying to work in with what other people want to do, and bear in mind that some of the riders want to come over to Australia for Tim's Oz Watercraft Nationals. It's a balancing act. Normally we have a 7-round summer series. This year next season we may only end up with 5. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like yet.
Yeah,
You've got to be mindful of the economy as well. It still sucks over here.
Is it? Oh, I don't think. To be honest, it's not much better here. To be honest, it sucks everywhere. Every economy is Every economy's got different problems, but they've all got problems.
Yeah, and you guys have got Australians.
They'd probably say, "No, we've got you bloody foreigners."
So I would say in the next month there'll be a fairly comprehensive New Zealand calendar that will encompass NZJSBA and Jet Ski Racing New Zealand.
Okay, we'll look forward to that.
That's my hope.
Yep.
That's my hope.
Yeah, no, it sounds great, and I hope it all works out. Yeah, I really do. Mate,
And if AJSBA got there, I don't know what happened earlier in the week. I don't know if is there a committee? Is there actually an executive?
I believe all I've heard is that Kylie's still vice president. I don't know who's in charge, whether it's still Matt or whether it's someone else. I've no idea. I don't know about the rest of them. I haven't heard. There's been nothing posted that I'm aware of, unless it's been posted tonight while I've been on air. But I haven't heard of anything at the moment. So
I'd be interested to know if there's going to be an Australia Nationals in the 25-26 summer series, summer window sort of thing.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yep.
Because it'd be nice for that to be factored into the equation as well, so that we're not banging heads. Because
Yep.
there's a lot of people that would like to travel for that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Be good to get you boys over here, or you guys and girls over here.
yeah. There's a willingness. It's just a case of
Getting the stars aligned.
Yep.
All right, mate. Listen, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for the coming on and for the kind of a bit of a catch up on what's happening over your neck of the woods.
That's all right.
You want to shout out anybody before you go? Or will,
Nah.
I just switch you off?
No, just to anyone in the jet ski racing community that's watching in New Zealand, it doesn't matter who you belong to, support everybody's events.
Yeah.
We're talking to each other. We're trying. So, yeah.
Fingers crossed,
If there's a
guys.
race in your vicinity, go do it.
Exactly. That's what it's down to.
And the Therapski event on August the 23rd, if you see a post about it, like it
Share it.
and donate to it.
Yes.
It'd be much appreciated.
Yes, exactly. Now, guys, just for anybody watching on that very subject, there is an overall charity for that event, like a donation page just for that event. But Dave's also got his own one. So if you want to check out Dave's profile on Facebook, he has his own link for his own donation, his own fundraising as well. So if you can contribute to both, great. If you can't, one or the other would be great. But let's try and help Greg and all the other riders raise a ton of money. Okay.
One thing on that, Bruce, all the Give a Little pages are linked into Greg. Although it might be under my banner, it's still all the money goes directly into Greg's.
So funnels into
the
that one
Therapski.
fund.
Yeah, it goes into the one fund.
Yeah. Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Nice one.
It's
All right.
it's a good setup. It just means there'll be a little bit of rivalry as to who raises the most money theoretically.
Well, that's good.
So stick it in mine, not in his.
There you go, people. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. That's a directive.
All right, Dave. Listen, mate, I'm going to let you go and hopefully catch up with you soon. I still want to get over there. It's just a question of when. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Put some long range fuel tanks on your Kawasaki.
Probably still wouldn't make it.
No, you wouldn't.
All the best, mate.
Right. Be good.
Take care.
Okay. Cheers, man.
All
See you.
right, see you later. So there we go. That's Dave Vennell. Absolutely love having him on. It's always good for the laugh. He's got heart in the right place. He's got New Zealand jet skiing at his heart, and all forms of it, especially the racing. Puts a lot of effort into it with a lot of his colleagues as well. They all chipping in and helping out, and that's the way it should be. And I think just the enthusiasm from them all helps get people through. So that's really, really good to see. And it just seems to be something that's catching on with everybody now. A realization that it's something that's needed, that we do need to all start collectively working together in order to achieve the things we want to achieve. So it's absolutely fantastic to see those things happening, especially in New Zealand and obviously here as well. So Dave, thanks again, mate, and I'll be in touch with you. All right, so let's go round up. Let's go round up. Let me get the page here. All right, here we go. Now, again, quick congratulations to Noah. Noah's page And as you can see there, he's hoisting the checkered flag. Well done again, mate, and hopefully roll on and not carry the momentum into round 2. And yeah, it'd be great to see you do some great things over the whole P1 Aqua X series. So all the best to you. All right, now that's there. Jetski Racing, as Dave has mentioned, there are fundraising going on. Let's have a quick look at that one. Let's just go through it quickly again. And there's the Winter Series, Portable X-Ray, putting up money. All the details are there. Remember, it is a 3-round series, and there will be 9 races in total. And the money that's been put up is a random draw, but you have to be attending 100% of all the races in order to qualify or make yourself eligible for that draw. No point turning up for 6 of those races or 2 rounds. You won't be in it to win. You may be in it to win overall as a 1st or 2nd place or 3rd place rider and get your trophy, but as far as the money's concerned, no, you have to attend all 9 races. Okay, so that's New Zealand, and check that one out. Go to the Jetski Racing page, and yep, there you go, Jetski Racing New Zealand. Check their page out and jump on board and get yourself signed up. Alright, so that's that. Victoria Jetski, they have an AGM. Now, where did I see that? They got an AGM coming up. There it is. Victorian Jetski Association. They've been trying to get things going for a while, the VJSBA. I think it's Victoria Jetski, I think it's called now. And they want to try and get things going on a more regular basis as well. I've spoken to Alex Ewens a few times, and they're mad keen to get things going. Again, the issue is people helping out and getting on board with the committees, and it's a problem with New South Wales as well. I'm not so sure about the AGSBA, but I would imagine it's certainly a problem with Victoria and New South Wales. And I'm not sure. They've got things geared up. Let's just have a quick look at that. AGM coming up in August. Dates still to be confirmed. They're looking for nominations for the event, for the AGM. Send them in. All the details are there. Go to, let's just make sure I get you the right link. Victoria PWC Jetski Group. Go to there, and it's a VGSBA page, and they'll. I'll text Sean. Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments between Dave and Sean. So yeah, if you're in Victoria and you're wanting to get involved in the sport, please by all means contact Victoria Jetski's Jetski Club, and even contact Alex Ewens. He'll be able to keep you right as well. So jump in there and get involved. QPWC, they just had their round 3 of their winter series come up. We got a couple of things to go through there. In regards to that event and the other events that are coming up, and yeah, since Sunday and the round 3 event, we've kicked off the Cameron Martin Enduro Memorial Enduro event, and we've been trying to get people interested in helping support and sponsor the event, and it's just kind of really took off really quite surprisingly quickly. Which has been fantastic to see. I can't thank the people who have come on board so far. We've got Renewed Glow that have come on board. Works Racing Components have come on board. We've also got Nautical Image are jumping on board as well. And MT Mechanical HVAC Ductwork Solutions have jumped on board as well. So that's fantastic to see. We're waiting on outcomes from some other people who have been in touch with us, and also we've reached out to some as well, and we're just waiting to see the outcome from that as well. So the Cameron Martin Memorial Enduro event's shaping up to be a pretty good one. There's going to be some cracking prizes available for it. Creepy WPC. Oh, probably did. Uh, QPWC, what happened there? See if it comes up properly. But anyway, yeah, there's been a few things going on, so it's been great. The Troy Cousins at MT Mech Mechanical Ducting, they they just jumped on board today, and Jeff Lakeford at Nautical Image, he just jumped on last night, so that was fantastic. Like I say, Renewed Glow Wash Products, they've just jumped on board as well. Works Race Components have jumped on board as well, and we're waiting from it to hear from a few more. So that's the Cameron Martin Memorial Enduro event, 27th of July. It is on a Sunday, despite some of the earlier posts suggesting it may be Saturday. It is not Saturday, it is Sunday, the 27th of July. 3 30-minute enduro races plus a lap on each one. Okay, overall winners. There'll be a men's, women's overall winners, and there'll be naturally aspirated stock class as well, and open classes. Okay, so good competition. Testing the fittest, and it's a good test to see how good you are on the big enduro races. So great event to get involved with. Entries are open for it. Go to the qpwc.org.au page, scroll down to the event, click on the event, and all the information and ticket options are there as well. If you enter the race, make sure to click on the t-shirt as well, because you will get a free t-shirt available with part of your entry as well. So make sure you click on that entry too in order to get your free t-shirt. Okay, now that's that. What else have I missed? Now the other thing is as well, round 3 also was the final round for eligibility for the state titles. That is coming up as well in August, 23rd, 24th of August, up at Somerset Dam. Entries are open for that as well, so get your entries in as soon as you can, and then start booking your accommodation and how you're going to get to the venue. If you're coming from interstate, I'd encourage you to look at the options for accommodation now. And if you're camping, there's a couple of options. You've got the campsite at the southern end of the lake, and you've also got the NRMA campgrounds on the north end of the lake as well. And the NRMA campsite, you need to get in there early. It's a busy campsite, especially if you want a powered site or somewhere to pitch your caravan or whatever it is you're travelling in. Get in there early. There's plenty of Airbnbs as well, so whatever floats your boat, hopefully see you there. That'd be great to see. Alright, now, a couple of things there. That's the club mugs, QPWC club mugs. Still available, $12, and we've already sold a couple of them, which has been great. We do have club t-shirts as well, and we've also got state titles t-shirt as well. Again, we've been selling some of them as well. We've managed to sell some of these, so fantastic to see. Let's get the word out. Let's start spreading it. Let's start getting the club and jet skiing in general, because these are not just club ones. It lets people, normal people in civvy world, to see, hey, jet skiing is a sport, and it's a race sport, and it's it's well organised as well. So the more the merrier. I'm happy to get these produced en masse and get the t-shirts and the mugs and that out there. So please get your orders in through the website qpwc.org.au. Okay, if you're finding that difficult to navigate, contact me directly and I'll take care of it for you, and we'll sort you out for your mugs and t-shirts. Alright, so that's the QPWC. Let's go. Right, I think I've covered everything as far as the racing's concerned. Yeah, we're all good there. This came up on my Facebook. Who would love to ride in that? Okay, that's like I don't know. That's just, that to me is just absolute washing machine. I would hate that. I would not enjoy that, and yeah, it's just a bit too much for me. Hey, well, it's not for everybody. It's certainly not for me, but what a turnout! I will say that it's a big turnout, and nah, I couldn't see that one happening on the Gold Coast. But the closest we get to that is a Santa ride, and that's that can be sometimes a bit of a washing machine as well. But the fact that they've changed that Santa ride now is so much easier because you don't have to be a certain distance apart. You can drop back a little bit and just be part of a bigger train of skis coming through the water. It doesn't look like fun at all, Dave. I just think that would be horrendous. But some people like it. Anyway, so that was that one. Shout out to George Marquis. Absolutely saving the day with this turtle. I've got, that's amazing. George and your squad of people that you were out with. I believe it was Carl and a few others. Nice shout out. Well done. Well spotted. And head to the rescue. I've got to, you've got to shout out good deed. So well done, everybody. Tony Scott, I know you're tuning in, mate. Speedy recovery. And Jamie, you take care of yourself as well. I know you put a lot into Sunday, probably too much, and you paid the price for it on Monday. But you guys need to take it easy, and we want you back 100% at some point. And yeah, you're no good to. You're no good to anybody when you're out, and that includes your family as well. So make sure you look after yourselves. All right, so that's shout out to George. Jetski Adventurers, they do have their Fraser Coast trip, 20th of September to the 24th of September. Guys, remember and book your accommodation. If you're planning on going, book your accommodations and then send your confirmation or a copy of your confirmation through to Carl at the Jetski Adventurers page, and he will add you to the number of people that are going. There's no fixed accommodation for the group. It's a case of find your own accommodation, and then we all meet up at the boat ramp, and then we go and do whatever ride it is we're doing on a given day. Okay, if there's enough numbers, there may be multiple rides going from the same place, just to different locations. So I think it'll be a good weekend's riding up on the Fraser Island area. So I'm kind of looking forward to that one. So that'll be good. So that's Jetski Adventurers. Check that one out. This is actually in an event. It's a setup page as an event. So if you type in Fraser Coast Escape 2025, it will come up in your search engine, in your search on Facebook, and then you'll find it. I know Alana's tuned in, and I know she's going. And there's a few others going as well. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. All right, so that's them. Just a shout out here to someone who's lost their ski. It rocked up at somebody's marina or pontoon. And I believe, yep, it was Gold Coast runners, Gold Coast wave runners, sorry. I identified the ski. They know who it belongs to. And they're going to collect it and get it back to its rightful owner. So nice one, guys. Well done. That's pretty much it. The last final thing was this that came up. Dave Vennell actually saved this one, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. And I thought it was a pretty good one because I think we can all agree that jet ski brings a variety of different pleasures to each and every one of us, whether it be racing, recreational riding, fishing, camping, whatever. It does bring a hell of a lot of health and physical benefits to riders. I'm happy. I'll share this one on the page. It's through Watercraft Journal. You'll probably find it on their website, and I just think it was a really, really nice little article, and it just does really highlight what we all know anyway, and what we already know, that is the health benefits and what it brings to us mentally and physically. For me, mentally is the biggest one, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. Do we feel sore, painful, or uncomfortable the following day, later in the evening when we've finished riding? Yes, we probably most likely do. I know I do. Am I as fit as I should be? I can be a hell of a lot fitter if I put my mind to it. I'm just a lazy toad. But but that's just me. I know other people are a bit more serious about it, and so there you go. There's some of the benefits, the health benefits of physical health benefits alone. We know what these are because we experience that every time we go out on our skis, whether it be racing or whether it be rec riding or fishing or whatever. You know, it's all the same. Stability on the ski, hand-eye coordinating, quick reflex. You know, there for me is the big one. I'm just highlighting that's the big one. These are the big ones here for me. The mood, mindfulness, your focus, connection. Connection is everything. This whole world that I've created here was about connection, for not just me, but for connecting other people to the wider community. And that's what it was all about. And like Dave was saying, mental health has affected a lot of people. It's affected me, and I don't hide the fact that it's affected me. What this show has done for me has been enormous and brought me together with a lot of people that I would never have otherwise met, and even probably would never have got involved in helping out with the guys in the racing and just general jet ski stuff. But yeah, these are huge things for me and for everyone else. And social benefits, yep, we all get that because we're meeting different people, we're hanging out with friends, like-minded people, opportunity to explore new places. That's what it's all about. You know, vitamin D levels and vitamin C with an S. Yeah, exactly, and adapt non-weight bearing exercises. It can be low impact. It depends on the chop. It depends on how choppy that water is when you're out and about on it. But yeah, I totally agree with this article. I think I'll share it. I think I'll pop it up and share it. So yeah, I'll pop that up, and then if anybody wants to have a read of it, they don't have to go looking for it. They can just go and jump on the Jetski Republic page, and yeah, they can have a read of it at their leisure. So anyway, guys, that's it for this week. What I was actually tell a lie, I haven't. I've actually still got one little thing to do, and let me just get it. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. The results from the weekend. Why did I almost forget that? It's like craziness. How could I forget? Alright, now these have come through. I gotta thank the girls, okay? Angelique Sheedy and Janine Jackman, Alana Muir, George Jackman, and you know, all the people that have helped to score over the 3 rounds. Amanda Mountford. It's been great to see people mucking in and doing their part, so I'm really thankful for getting us to the point of these results. This is the round 3 results, so I'll go through them quickly. Janine taking out first place in the women's. Mel, nice to see you back after missing round 2. You took out second place. Alana took third. Angelique took fourth. Sorry, my bad. Let me just scroll down on that. All right, so there's Ben in the Rec Lights. Then round 3, Ben took out the win in that one. Dan took second, and now here's the beginners. Beginners class is a big one, as I was saying to Dave there. A big class. At the weekend there, Max Buckley took out the event. Took out after 3 rounds in Sunday's events. Jai Hunter took second place. Luca Lenvey, Anthony Worth, Zayed Ali, Ty Cousins, and Ryan followed up. So great. I absolutely love this class because it's a lot of the skis were pretty good. They're really competitive. I think there was only, like I say, there was only one ski I think which was a naturally aspirated, but I may be wrong. But the beginners class has been a breath of fresh air to see, and I absolutely loved it. And I hope everybody else that's watched it has liked it as well. Naturally aspirated, we actually had four skis in the naturally aspirated class. Ben taking out the round 3, Dan taking second, Warren Layton taking third, Michael Massam in 4th place. I'm going to wait to come to the final results for the Winter Series, and what do we have? Why do we not have? Hang on a second, we got something missing here. Ah, right, okay, all right. Now I'm going to read this one out to you. There's no names in place. I don't know why the names weren't put in place, but I can read it from here. So this is a stand-ups, 2-stroke engines. So Jack Verskeulen, there's names missing from there. I don't want to name who they were, but I think they may be in the same order. It looks to me, I'm looking at this, and it should be, I believe it's Jack Verskeulen took out the win. Yeah, it is. Sorry, I'm looking at it now. Matt Donnelly taking second, Taylor Porter taking third, and Max Moran taking 4th in the 2-stroke stand-ups. I'll come back to the overall standings in a second. Pro amateur class, Scotty Phillips taking the win. Brett Douglas was pretty close. There's some really good competitions. Ben Mountford taking 3rd. Jai stepped up from the beginners, and he managed to get 4th place. So well done, Jai. It's a big step up, but you handled it really, really well. And my hats off to the racers in that class that were happy to have Jai step up. It says a lot to you as racers that you're encouraging new people to come in, and especially someone who's actually still just learning the game. And I thought he did really, really well considering he's got the ski for it. So I think it was a good call. And for him to be hit with that on the morning, and asked if he wanted to do it, and he was willing to do it, I think it says a lot to him, but also a testament to you, the other racers, for allowing him to take part in that class with you. Matt Atala made an appearance as well, so it was great to see him in there. So he's there, and let's go the 1500 skis. We've got Jack Verskeulen took the win. Max Moran was second, Taylor third, Matt Donnelly fourth. We'll come to a second. We've got the Enduro Stock Open. Brett Douglas and Scott Phillips first and second, and then we've got the Enduro Stock. Matt Atala took out that one. James Broussard and Anthony Worth second and third, and as you can see there's a bunch of other names in there as well. Guys, I know there was a couple of people got little niggles, little injuries there, so hopefully you're on the mend, and nothing too serious. And great racing, though. A great way to finish off the series. Let me get the overall standings, and then we'll wrap things up. Let me just get this here. Not quite. My bad. Alright, there we go. Let me just scale this in a bit. There we are. Alright, let's go with the women's first. Okay, so there's the overall points, overall wins and positions. Janine Jackman taking out the win. Alana Moore taking out the second place. Angelique Sheedy got third, and Mel took out fourth place. So well done, ladies. The more the merrier. We're always looking for more ladies to race. Rec Lights, Ben Mountford taking overall win. Dan Colbert taking out second. Max Buckley third. Dean Kruskos took out fourth. So well done to them. Beginners class is a stacked one as well. Give me a second. Let me just get it scrolled properly. Here we go. Beginners class. Jai took it out with the overall win. Anthony Worth got second. Troy Cousins got third. Zaid Ali fourth. Max Buckley fifth. Look at that lineup. There's 9 racers in there, and it was really quite competitive. It was a good competition. It was good to see some really good racing going on there, and yeah, I'd love to see how that pans out in the state titles. So hopefully every one of you, it's a clean slate. You're all going for the state championship. As for all the classes, it's all the same. So yeah, the beginners at the state championships is going to be a cracker. And let's go naturally aspirated. 2 seconds. So there we go, naturally aspirated. Dan Colbert take out the win overall. Ben Mountford took out third. Jamie managed to get a third place after his earlier exploits in the earlier rounds. Warren Layton got third. Michael Massam, Bailey, you're in there as well. And well done to everybody involved with that one. The two-stroke stand-ups. Jack Verskulen, Matt Donnelly, Taylor Porter, first, second, third. Max Moran was fourth, and Jesse Shirazi was fifth. So well done everybody there. And the Pro-Am class, Brett Douglas, Ben Mountford, Dean Kruskos got third. Scott Phillips got fourth. Jai got fifth. Jamie got sixth. Matt Atala taking seventh. So overall, that's the results there. Stand-ups in the 1500s, Jack Verskulen got first again, Max Moran second, Taylor third, Matt Donnelly fourth. The pro expert Bailey, you were the only one in it, and so obviously that carried forward from round one. And hey, you're in it, you won it, all's fair, well done. Okay, hats off for you for doing it, and hopefully we'll see more riders stepping up and challenging Bailey as we move forward. Enduro Open, Brett Douglas got the overall win, clean sweep. Mark White got third. Scotty Phillips got third. Sorry, Mark White got second. Scotty Phillips got third. Bailey a close fourth. So well done there. And we've got the Enduro Stock overall winner, Anthony Worth. Well done, Anthony. Fantastic result in the Enduro Stock. He took out the win. Mark White got second. Alana got third. Matt Atala got fourth. And then, as you can see, there's a low list of people going down. And Alana, well done, doll. Fantastic result for you. You've got to be pretty happy with that one. And guys, I can't thank everybody enough. Boys, you know, men and women for getting involved in this winter series for the club. It's been fantastic to see, and just for racing in general. We had a lot of people have been up over the last couple of rounds that have just came up to watch, have asked a lot of questions, have came to me and asked a lot of questions, and it's getting a lot of interest, and people are starting to warm to it, and they're starting to think about coming up and not maybe not racing, but certainly wanting to come up and watch. So you know, as long as we keep building the product and keep building this, you know, the racing and what happens on the water's edge, it's only got to be good for the sport. It's got to be good for everybody. So congratulations to everybody that took part, and I want to thank the sponsors on behalf of the QPWC: 81 Racing, Juma Group, WLE Designs, Onyx Shower Screens and Wardrobes, wait a minute, Sherry B Psychiatrist, and I think that's it. Have I missed somebody? 1, 2, 3. Renewed Glow, Brisbane Kawasaki, K-Speed, obviously. I think that's it. I've helped out, but I'm not taking any credit. My name's, you know, Jetski, the public name's there, but I'm not taking any credit for it. I just want to do my bit, and yeah, I'm not blowing my trumpet. So congratulations and thank you all very much for stepping up and helping out and supporting the club in the way that you have. There are other opportunities still available for the state championships. If people want to contact me, by all means, please reach out to me. Reach out to the QPWC, drop a message in their Facebook page. If you're interested in helping out in any way, support, sponsorship, whatever, please get in touch, and we'll love to have you on board. The more the merrier. Even with the Cameron Martin event, we're always looking for more people to come on board and get involved. So yeah, I think I mentioned 81 Racing, Alana. I'm pretty sure I did. If I've missed 81 Racing, my apologies. But yeah, definitely thanks to them as well. So for sponsoring the classes, it's been fantastic, and we can't thank these guys enough. All right, so that's it. Wrapped up for this week. It's a longer one than I anticipated, Probably one of my longer ones that I've done in a while. 75 minutes. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. Been a bit to go through, and I hope everybody's. I think most of you have actually stayed the course, which I'm actually pretty happy about. Please, guys, tag me, tag Jetski Republic in your videos, in your pictures, your stories. Tag Jetski Republic, tag me, Bruce Foster. I would love to share them with the wider community. There are a lot of things that don't get seen by the wider community simply because they're not made public, because posts and reels and stuff are not made public. I find them everywhere. I find them on Instagram, I find them on Facebook, but if I can be tagged in them, it would make life a lot easier for me. But then I can just click on the link and boom, there it is. So guys, I would love for you to share your stuff. Please, please do. If you're making recreational videos or race videos, short ones, I'm happy to share them at the end segment, or if they're short ones at the beginning section of the show. I'm always keen to highlight video creators with the jet ski theme. Okay, so please, 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 please share them. All right, now I'm going to leave you, and this is a very unedited short video from the weekend's racing. It's just my drone, throwing it up there. I think it's about 90 minutes worth. I put a little soundtrack on it, totally unedited. I've just not had a chance to edit the video or any of the videos that I've got. So I'm just going to leave it with you. And until next week, I do have Joshua Dowling coming on next week, and we're going to talk about a variety of things that have been in the media lately that are jet ski related. So please, please tune in for that one next week. And this is continuation of a regular monthly catch up that I want to initiate with Joshua, because he's got some great stuff to talk about, and he posts some really, really nice articles which are really, really well informative, sorry. And I just think he's worthwhile getting on to have a catch up and bring us up to speed with some of the things that we just take for granted. Okay guys, until next week, I'll leave you with this video. Wherever you're up to, if you manage to get out on the water, it's looking a bit gnarly, but if you do happen to get out, go for it. Be safe, please, please, please be safe, and make sure you've got all your safety gear. Get out there, have a great time, have fun. Get out there in numbers, respect each other, and have some great, great fun. Take care, and I'll see you all next week.
Hand me out the keys to lock my head up.